Viewers, celebrated Oscar-winning composer A.R. Rahman has made a sensational claim. He said that work from the Hindi film industry or Bollywood for him slowed down in recent years. He's attributed this to shifting power dynamics over the last 8 years. He has described it as quote-unquote a communal thing. He didn't really give a lot of details, but he said that reasons often reach him as Chinese whispers. He's also said that when he began working in the Hindi cinema industry in the 90s, he never felt this kind of prejudice. He made his Bollywood debut with Mani Ratnam's 1991 Roja and then went on to do a trilogy with him. As far as Bombay is concerned in 95, as well as Dil Se in 98 as well. He became a household name in North India with Subhash Ghai's 1999 musical hit Tal. His 2 Oscar wins for Slumdog Millionaire in 2008 paved the way for several international collaborations. But in the Hindi film industry, a lot of work didn't come his way. The question is, why has he opened up now on losing work in Bollywood in the last 8 years? While many see this as being the perfect one for artists with so many platforms emerging, his sensational remarks have ignited a political debate in India. Congress has alleged that an atmosphere of hatred is being created in India, and they also called it wrong and unfortunate. Listen in.
देखिए, बहुत दुखद है। ये देश के लिए बहुत खराब हो रहा है। ये देश के लिए बेहतर नहीं है। देश के अंदर अगर इस प्रकार की भावना जागृत होगी तो निश्चित रूप से ये देश की तरक्की में बाधक हो। देखिए, हर जगह ये तो फैक्ट्री बना दी है। ये तो फैक्ट्री बना दी है नफरत की। इस देश को नफरत की आग में क्यों जलाना चाहते हैं? बहुत खूबसूरत देश था। जंग आज़ादी की लड़ाई जिन्होंने लड़ी, उन्होंने बड़ा ख्वाब देख करके देश को बनाया था। इन्होंने सब बर्बाद कर दिया।
Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav, as a fan of Rahman, said that no one should be judged with bias when it comes to art, music and culture, while other leaders of the SP blame the BJP for creating an atmosphere of hatred across India. Listen in.
मैंने सुना नहीं उन्हें, लेकिन मुझे खुशी है इस बात की कि मैं A.R. रहमान का बहुत बड़ा फैन रहा हूँ और उनके गाने रिलीज होने से पहले ही टॉप चार्ट पे रहते थे। जब तक लोगों के बीच में आते नहीं थे तो उससे पहले ही टॉप चार्ट में दिखने लगते थे। अपने देश के और दुनिया के बड़े हैं A.R. रहमान, पॉपुलर हैं, और मुझे खुशी इस बात की है कि नेताजी का एक दिन जब जन्मदिन मनाया था तो पूरे देश में अगर किसी गांव में उन्होंने परफॉर्म किया है तो वो हमारे गांव में परफॉर्म किया उन्होंने। और आर्ट के लिए, म्यूजिक के लिए, कल्चर के लिए किसी को भेदभाव की नजर से नहीं देखा।
Interestingly, the Shahi Chief Mufti of UP said that this is an era of competition where everyone wants to get good work at a reasonable fee. BJP netas have responded by saying that earlier people used to get work on the basis of recommendations from certain leaders, and now there is transparency. BJP said that Bollywood should understand that the country is going in the right direction. Listen in to Sudhanshu Trivedi as well as Union Minister Ramdas G.
I think whatever the Bollywood and the creative part of the country is doing, they should be independent. And a study has been undertaken also by IIM professor, and the book is available, in which it is categorically there. In the last 50-60 years, all the villains which were having a negative role were portrayed as a practicing Hindu with tilak on their forehead. I think it is up to their creative independence. It is better that the people are the best judge. That the Bollywood should also try to understand that the country is going in right direction.
Taking us across to our guest joining us, Lalit Ambardar, activist, as well as Fauzia Arshi, producer and director, are with us. We also have joining us on show Dr. Fahim Beg, who's a Muslim rights activist. But the first question is to Imran Ahmed Ali, lawyer and political analyst. Imran Ahmed Ali, I will also confess that, just as Akhilesh Yadav said, that I am someone who has listened to a lot of A.R. Rahman music. Perhaps all who grew up in the 90s and early 2000s have. He's an icon of India. But when an icon of India comes out and makes these kind of comments, he says that these are Chinese whispers. There are many who say that, look here, you know, the 3 big Khans, the biggest faces from Bollywood, are in fact leaders or in fact actors who hail from the minority community. It's ultimately their talent that has to come out and stand out. Is it really fair to make a comment that an icon has been discriminated against because of his religion? Could there be other reasons, perhaps?
Madhav, I don't think Mr. Rahman lacks the talent at all. This is a man who has won the Padma Shri, the Padma Bhushan, multiple Oscars, BAFTA, Golden Globes, Grammy. He's in fact been one of the faces for Incredible India. He has brought back so many laurels back to the country. So I don't think he's someone who lacks the merit. My basic question today would be one. We are living in a time where Diljit Dosanjh is criticized on supporting the farmer protest. He is told to be a Khalistani supporter, to be a sympathizer. When Nasiruddin Shah supports him, he is told multiple abuses online. When a Mohammad Shami does not perform as per expectations in cricket, he is told to go to Pakistan. Now, my question is one. When you played a video where there was a member of the BJP and he actually went ahead and said that the film industry, Bollywood, should be independent, then why should governments come ahead and support movies and give tax subsidies? Why is there a recent shift in, we on your channel have discussed Dhurandhar at length. And the political undertone has been dissected multiple times by you and various other anchors.
Well, now, the point is Imran Ahmed Ali, the same Diljit Dosanjh you mentioned, has also met the Prime Minister. See, yes, you're taking, absolutely. I think, online trolling and criticism, it might be happening. And certainly, of course, there is no doubt about the fact that it happens from all sides. There are all sorts of and all shades of opinion that are shared. No, there's no denying that. But the point is that ultimately, when it comes to our Bollywood icons, unless there's something very concrete, unless there's something that one has experienced, can we really make this? And let me bring in Lalit Ambardar. Lalit Ambardar, how do you respond to Imran Ahmed Ali? Because he says that we're at a time when several icons are criticized for expressing their dissent on even a basic issue such as farmers' protest. Do you agree with him, Lalit?
Listen, as you rightly pointed out, Madhav, whatever is coming on the social media, you, me, nobody has control over it. You never know who's speaking what and who's writing what on the social media. But what actually the protagonists, so-called the icons of Bombay film industry are saying, Javed Akhtar, he said, where it is rooted, this kind of defaming Hindu, defaming Bharata, where does it come from? For example, Javed Akhtar, he's not a social media guy, right? What he says that I cannot reenact the scene from Sholay. Or from where you show some kind of a comedy in a temple. He's afraid that there will be a backlash from Hindu. Can you imagine Javed Akhtar saying that? Number two, Nasiruddin Shah, when he says about Pakistan, somebody was referring to Nasiruddin Shah. He says, when I go to Pakistan, I find myself at home. He finds Pakistan as a family, but at the same time has never any guts to speak about the genocide continued. Never any genocide of Hindus and Sikhs in the very Pakistan. You have Javed Akhtar's son. He makes a film on this Bagh Milkha Bagh. There is a scene from there when Nehru wants him to go to Pakistan. Milkha Singh wants Milkha Singh to go to Pakistan immediately after, a couple of years after the bloody partition, and he says, go and play there. We want to have neighbor relation to Pakistan. You know what Milkha Singh says? मैं वहां नहीं जाऊंगा क्योंकि वहां की हवा में मुझे अपनों के खून की बू आएगी. This is the story. This is the history. And what do you see from Indian filmmakers of Bombay? They say this Kashmir Files is a propaganda film. Denying genocide of Kashmiri Hindus. And all these film people, I asked them, everyone, before 1990, before the onset of Kashmir Jihad, every movie used to have at least one song filmed in Srinagar, in Kashmir, in the hills of Kashmir, in the gardens of Kashmir. Not even once have they asked why the cinema...
Let's get a response. Yeah, let's get a response. Some specific examples that Lalit Ambardar is citing, Dr. Fahim Beg, where he's talking about controversial depictions in Bollywood films, and that was acceptable. And you must have heard the comment of the BJP spokesperson as well. He's saying now things are going in the right direction. It is merit, and ultimately it is creativity that is going to find its space. Your response to that, as well as, of course, one of the Maulvis who was saying that ultimately it's also about people being able to do things at a perhaps more affordable rate, saying that Mr. Rahman obviously comes with a hefty price tag. Perhaps deservedly so, but that's the reality is what he's saying. Dr. Fahim Beg.
A.R. Rahman हिंदुस्तान की शान है और जिनको भारत रत्न मिलना चाहिए था, आज उनके मन से ये बात निकल रही है कि कहीं ना कहीं उनको डिस्क्रिमिनेट किया जा रहा है। तो ये बहुत सोचने की बात है। शाहरुख खान अगर किसी खिलाड़ी को खरीद लेते हैं, जबकि इजाजत जो है अमित शाह जी के बेटे ने दी है, बीसीसीआई ने दी है, और ट्रोल किया जाता है शाहरुख खान को, और बड़े बड़े धार्मिक गुरु इसमें कूद आते हैं और कहते हैं शाहरुख खान गद्दार है। सलमान खान अगर कहीं कुछ कह देते हैं तो उनको पाकिस्तानी बताया जाता है। आमिर खान अगर कह देते हैं कि देश में माहौल ठीक नहीं है तो उनको गद्दार कहा जाता है। इन तमाम बातों से क्या साबित होता है? तो ये अंदर की टीस रहमान साहब अगर कह रहे हैं तो ये हमारे देश के लिए बहुत ही शर्मनाक बात है। और खास तौर से सत्ता पक्ष की सरकार, जो अभी मैंने सुना हमारे त्रिवेदी जी को, वो बोलते हैं कि पहले हिंदुओं को दिखाया जाता तिलकधारी विलन के रूप में, आज हर पहली फिल्म में किसको दिखाया जा रहा है? आतंकवादी। क्या नैरेटिव सेट किया जा रहा है? अगर दुनिया में कोई कहीं फिल्म देख रहा होगा हिंदुस्तान की किसी भी लैंग्वेज में, तो उसको क्या लगता होगा कि हिंदुस्तान में मुसलमान आतंकवाद है, मुसलमानी जो मुसलमान है वो सब आतंकवाद।
डॉक्टर फाहिम बेग, आप खुद कह रहे हैं कि सबसे बड़े स्टार्स आर दोस्त ऑफ द माइनॉरिटी कम्युनिटी, देन हाउ इज इट दैट देयर इज दिस प्रोजेक्शन हैपनिंग?
मोदी जी ने कहा था कि मेरे दलित भाइयों को मत मारो, अगर मारना है तो मुझे मारो। क्या ये शब्द मोदी जी के मुसलमानों के लिए नहीं आ सकते? वो पिंकी चौधरी नफरती चिंटू जो तलवारें बांटता है मेरठ में, 2 दिन बाद उसकी बेल हो जाती है, उसका जश्न मनाया जाता है, नगाड़े बजाए जाते हैं, पूरा ट्रैफिक जाम कर दिया जाता है। और आज वो वीडियो given a free run.
Lalit Amardar, respond to that. This is something that has been expressed on multiple occasions. Those who are engaging in hate speech, the fact is that such individuals, while law may have acted in some cases, it has taken a lot of media outrage and a lot of pushing of the law and order machinery for that to happen. That's a concern we expressed by Mr. Fahim Beg. Respond to that.
Right time. Muslims are not no more the kind of numbers they are in India. I think they need to get over this complex of minority complex in India. Remember, and all the time in this Congress representative whom you quoted on video just now in your presentation, he's the same guy who said boti kar denge Narendra Modi ki, and these Muslims keep on telling about azadi. Let me remind them, if every Muslim fought for azadi of India, how was Pakistan created? How was Pakistan? How 99% of the Muslims of then India voted for very Pakistan that was created for the Muslims and Muslims alone. Number two, the Rasool Pukutti, right? He's a Muslim. He's a sound designer, right? He also got Oscar for it. Can you imagine? I salute that guy, yaar. He dedicated an Oscar to the word Om. You know why? He said that's the most beautiful sound given by humanity, given to the humanity. Om. So he is not to be considered a practicing Muslim.
Okay.
He is not.
Let me bring in Fauzia Arshi as well. Fauzia Arshi, how do you respond to these charges? These counter charges that when it comes to Mr. A.R. Rahman, he's an icon. And if he has to come out and say something like this, some of our panelists saying that it's a moment for us to pause and reflect. Do you think that there is really some kind of serious discrimination happening? As somebody who's been a producer and director on ground in Bollywood, what has been your experience?
See, this statement that has come from A.R. Rahman is just a statement out of his frustration. He has dictated his terms and conditions for a long time. He has said, ki bhai, kisko kaam karna hai to mere paas aaye. I will not move from this thing. Then he charged a lot of money as well. If you want me to give your music, then you have to be of that. You should be filled with bags of money. And honestly, A.R. Rahman, when came early in his early days, he came up with very good music. Later on, he lost his luster. So this statement is really not correct. What he's saying, there is no such discrimination at all in our industry. What Mr. Lalit is saying, like he is talking out of emotions, and I think we should not talk so much about it, because what A.R. Rahman has said that we have to discuss it, it's wrong, because our film industry is full of Hindus, Muslims, and everybody. And Mr. Lalit rightly said we should not talk about minority and majority. I mean, how long we are going to eat these two words like cake and like salads? I mean, this is all bullshit that we talk about minority and India is in
Language. No, one can understand, but the point is this, that there is of course a difference in the kind of music that A.R. Rahman was making perhaps in the late 90s and early 2000s. That's one point of view that's been expressed by our panelists, and also many saying that perhaps the fact that he charges reportedly 3 crores per song, all of these could also be factors. We don't know. And certainly the fact is that when an icon like A.R. Rahman says things like this, people are bound to listen into it. For the moment, we'll have to leave it there. Lalit Ambardar, Fawzia Arshi, Imran Ahmad Ali, Dr. Fahim Beg, thanks so much for joining us this evening.